Friday the 24th of January 2025, and the US markets are just about to open. I do have a long position in the Dow here. I opened it here because it was basically right below this breakout area here, last place of consolidation before this move upwards in yesterday's New York session. And generally in a very strong uptrend, you see reversals at 33% or something like that. So this is the reason why I entered here. I am risking $40, and I put the target very ambitiously. It's basically a repeat of this candle, and it's close to all-time highs here, but I don't really expect this to touch today, although it could, of course. But I will let it run and see how it does throughout the day. And if I see potential for continuation, I will let it run. And if not, I might just close it. An obvious target would be here at the high of Asia session. So let's see. This is the live P&L. Now, I did close my gold swing from yesterday, close to the top of the move. And I also did an extra trade in gold in between sessions. So I got stopped out of this, and I thought it was quite unlucky, especially with the reaction I saw immediately. And this to me looked like clear continuation based on basically this incredibly strong uptrend that we're in and the break of this channel, and obviously being so close to the all-time high that I just thought it was very likely that we actually continue when I saw the price action after getting stopped. So I decided to take another stab at it with a very tight stop loss just below the lows here. And this time it worked like a charm. And I closed the day trade here and the swing trade here. Now obviously we could still make a run for the all-time high, but I thought that this was a good enough target here, especially since we are going to have some news in the next 30 minutes. So that could create some volatility. Obviously, I do think gold will go to all-time highs and even surpass them, because it's looking pretty bullish right now, and with the news coming out of the US and Trump promising that inflation will come down with his policies, I think investors are bullish. Obviously, that doesn't mean that you can have pullbacks, so this is why I decided to just close before the news today. You could easily see a dump post-news. So market makers can reload their positions at a better price. So that is why I'm not in that trade anymore. I'm very happy with the results here. We'll monitor this trade, and for this session I'm obviously planning on entering off the second 5-minute bar in the Dow as per usual. And I do have a few other entries. If you followed the previous episodes, you know them already. The first 15-minute break in the Nasdaq, the break of the fourth 15-minute bar in SPX worked like a charm yesterday, and the break of the second 15-minute bar in the DAX also worked really well lately, and including yesterday. So we'll see. I'm gonna bring you back when we're close to an entry. So normally I would place buy and sell orders below and above the second 5-minute bar here, but I am in a long position, and I'm just wondering Should I just let this run? I have placed a stop at previous day high. I mean, not a stop, but take profit. Because I do think that we are likely to retrace at least one time from this level. This is the live P&L. These are the previous trades of the day. Forgot to show you. So gold comes to the rescue again. A bit more tricky than yesterday. I failed the first time, but yeah. So let's see if we would have gotten filled long here. I don't want to add to this position right now. So I think we would have gotten filled long here. 5 points above is pretty much here. And I think we would be long now with the spread. So let's see. SPX is really bullish. I did have a buy order below London session, which I placed when we were around here. And obviously I was perfectly aware that we may not reach it, but this is what I wanted to play, and I'm going to delete this now because I don't think we're going that low again. But again, I have to take into consideration that there are some news coming out, so we could very well have some volatility here. So let's see, I'll pause you and keep managing this trade. First news is coming in 3 minutes. Global services PMI and global manufacturing PMI. And then home sales in 18 minutes. So we could see some volatility based off of this information. Looking at the first 15 minutes, the Nasdaq here, 915. So it's like 65-point bar. We'll see. Bit of a retrace here. I think I'm fine with letting this run to previous day high. Hopefully we do hit here. And yeah, I'll pause you now. As usual, lately the Nasdaq and Dow are going against each other in the open. It's a bit annoying that it's the Dow that is retracing now. I was hoping for a quick move to previous day high here. It's looking a bit more difficult now, but we'll see. I'm happy that I skipped the second 5-minute bar strategy here for the Dow because of the news. And I also skipped the first 15-minute strategy for the Nasdaq because of the same reason. While I do think this is bullish, don't really like taking it, and generally I don't really like my mechanical strategies as much when we have news after market open, especially the US open. It tends to make things more difficult, so hopefully we just double bottom here and we continue our rally. So hopefully we're just retesting here. I might be interested to add, but again I am a bit weary of the fact that we have extra news in 10 minutes. So I'll just be nimble here. I moved the stop loss a bit up, currently risking $25 only, and targeting 60. Second 15-minute bar in gold will form exactly when will finish forming exactly when the news comes out. So that might make it a bit tricky, but perhaps with a bit of luck I can still have time to place the orders, because I would like to take this one. And I would like to take the DAX as well, the second 15-minute bar, but let's see. I'll pause you and wait for the news dump. So we just went below London session, he rated and we're going back up. Hopefully we just close back into the range, and when I'm in profit, I'm thinking of adding to this position. Because this looks quite strong, if it can survive, of course. If it can stick. Because it just needs to hold on to this now. But we're still 5 minutes away from the rest of the news dump, so it is tricky. But unfortunate. I was like $50 in profit, but actually probably less, like 40. I didn't see a reason to just panic exit there, so yeah, this isn't very convincing. We might get unlucky and get stopped out here, but not much we can do about that. And the DAX is doing kind of the same thing. It's going below London session. And the UK index is touching previous day low here. So we are kind of in a range here. After this nice breakout, we are now ranging here. Just gotta be patient. I'll pause you again. 4 minutes. So we'll have the news dump in a few seconds here. And the Dow looks in a decent position. Hopefully it just continues, but we are not that far off the stop, and any volatility in the news could flush it here, but let's see. I'm also interested in placing orders here. But will have to be for a lower size. However, I do want to see the news dump first and the reaction before placing the orders. So the news is positive, supportive for the dollar. Generally, this might not be the best news for something like gold or stocks, but at the same time, we do have Michigan 5-year inflation expectations, which are lower, so this is supportive. I think this is now safe to place. Like that. The second 15-minute bar in the DAX is breaking to the downside, but it's like every trigger to the downside lately has been really bad, and we're entering just this area of breakout here that I'm probably a bit too long biased here, but I'm kind of long biased in gold as well. I just hope I don't get clipped in again and then we see a reversal immediately. And the Dow is not reacting how we would have hoped here, but let's see. The fact that we rated, went back in, and now back down generally is not a good look, and generally does mean we're going lower, but let's see. Could be just an extra move down to gain extra liquidity, get some extra stops here. It's trying. There's definitely some buying pressure here. Like I said, a close above our entry here is an add-on for me almost immediately. But have to see a close. If not, again, we're just risking 25. It's not the end of the world. Maybe a bit frustrating because I entered quite early and had a good chunk of profit, but this is why I'm more cautious on days where you have news after US market opens. Traditionally, like I said, these haven't been the greatest for me. And now SPX and NASDAQ are attempting a reversal. Let's see if this also reverses the Dow. So we would be in a bit of profit here in the DAX, but I'm fine with skipping this even if it works. I think my reasoning is solid. And it is based on my research and my past experiences with trading the mechanical entries when news happens after the open. And the UK 100 is trying to break below this area, but we are just going to enter this zone of strong demand, and we'll see if this has legs. I do favor a reversal, but again, I am long biased. And the Dow is trying here. So obviously, this has to work here. If we go back again, we're probably going lower. That was the last piece of news that I really cared about, so it's all in the hands of the market now. Still hanging around. Perhaps we now make an attempt to go healthily back into London range. This is the attempt. I would want to see it close though above my entry points to add, so watch out for that. Let's see, I'll pause you because it's taking a while. No reason to make the video longer while we wait. I'll bring you back when we are either well into the range again or stopped out probably. Okay, so I kept my word and added here once we closed above. And I added just 0.1 less so that when I put my stop loss here, they're both $25. So I'm risking the usual 0.5 in total on this entry. And I think I'll target previous day high with both. And I'll be happy if we hit. Of note is that gold also went right below the second 15-minute bar and then started rallying. So I do favor a fill here, a fill long, but I just want to see price go above my entry point and not just a spread fill here to be fully confident in it. Yeah, and I'm going to target new highs if we do get fills. If we do get filled here long in gold. Other indices aren't looking very compelling right now, but could be just the quiet before the storm. At the same time, we have to be realistic and be aware that it's Friday and we're been rallying for some time, so we could see some profit taking, or perhaps some traders or funds or banks being a bit more passive today. Who knows? We're about to get filled in gold. And there it is. So removing the short. Risking $43. And let's see. We would make 44 at all-time highs. I am gonna go a bit higher though. So targeting $71 here. At $27.95. I think that is a good place to put the take profit. Obviously, if we don't get stopped out, I will let this run throughout the day, but we'll look to close it as we get close to the end of the session. I don't plan on leaving this till Monday or something like that. And my last entry for today would be the fourth 15-minute bar in SPX. So I did turn down entry off the first 15-minute bar in the Nasdaq and the second 15-minute bar in the DAX for reasons that I've already mentioned. But I see no reason not to take the fourth 15-minute bar, just like with the break of the second 15-minute bar in gold. So I will be taking that, and it will be my last trade of the week. So I'll pause you now and wait for things to unfold. That was looking nice for now. Yeah, I'll see you a bit later. A little update here, the fourth 15-minute bar in the SPX has formed. I've placed orders above and below, so this will be my last entry for the day. Letting the others run for now. I do have take profits here at previous day high for the Dow trades. Let's see if we can carve our way back up. And gold has had a nice initial reaction, made a new high for the day, but let's see if we can hold. And we'll be waiting for a fill here as well. I do favor the long, but I will accept whatever outcome, and I am deleting this order here. So let's see what happens. So we did get stopped out of gold here, quite the reversal, but not totally unexpected considering we've been rallying so hard. However, I did follow my plan and entered the mechanical entry. Didn't work out, so that's fine. Good day for us in gold. The Dow is still ranging here, but I'm still quite optimistic that we are going to shoot up somewhere in this session. Hopefully we don't get stopped out before that. So I'm gonna let these play out. And whatever happens, we've respected our plan and our risk per trade. So not much more we can do about that. I'll let these play out for a few more hours perhaps, but I will end the video here because it's a Friday and I think I've sat enough at my desk this week. I'm not gonna adjust anything for these trades, so we either hit or miss. I am risking in total 45 plus 50, so $95 on 3 trades. So at the very worst, we'll end up minus 140 something. on the account. It's not nothing tragic, not the greatest of weeks. A lot of, win some trades here, lose some trades in the next session, kind of stood still in a way, but we've respected our plan, and sometimes that's how it goes. As long as we're taking valid entries and researched entries, there's not much more we can do. So with that in mind, thank you for being here, thank you for watching my videos. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next week.